So let's move on to just how to now bring change in Samaj. So this is, of course, very important, and it's going to be an ongoing thing. So, but in respect to us consciously, of course, there's the organic change which happens, but how we as a civilization need to bring conscious change in Samaj, right?
Yes.
And I know you talked about two things, Kranti and Utkranti, right? So
Yes.
maybe you can talk about the differences and what is really required to make real, genuine, long-term change.
Sure. Um, and I think the two sort of modes or methodologies of change that you brought up are exactly right tools to help understand how Samaj can change and grow over time. And those concepts, like you said, are Kranti and Utkranti. And Hindi speakers would immediately know what these are, but very generally, Kranti is revolution. That's exactly what it is. It is either taking over something by force. It is rising up. It is chaos. And it is almost like an extreme change very, very quickly. um, Utkranti is evolution. So it is the much slower, gradual, incremental change, but it's a sure and steady change nevertheless. Both of these are required. And both of these will change society and change Samaj in their own way. Um, in some when Nobody can say that we don't require Kranti, because it is the Kranti of 1857, and it is the Krantis of all our freedom fighters that because of which we're here today, proudly saluting the Tiranga instead of the Union Jack. So Kranti is extremely required in certain times. um, Unfortunately, the way Kranti is that it is most effective for institutions. So the institution of governance in India was replaced, and we no longer have the British. We had an Indian system of democracy. Um, even when you had, say, wars or something, like the Kranti that maybe Chandragupta Maurya did to get rid of Dhanananda as the leader and then become king himself. That is the principle of Kranti. That is a revolution. um, Utkranti happens at a much wider samajik level. It happens at a social and cultural level, and that evolution is extremely important. We have achieved our Kranti. We have done what we needed to do in terms of reclaiming our institutions. I mean, although the institutions that we reclaimed are still very, very British and very, very Eurocentric, they are at least under our control, right? The Kranti has been done, at least for now. What is required is Utkranti, which is we need as a society to evolve. Uh, and as a society, if we have to evolve, then it can. People do not people do not change by Kranti. People change through Utkranti. Samaj changes by Utkranti. Kranti is good for institutions. Utkranti is what is required for Samaj. Utkranti is what is required for a people. Um, because that is very closely linked with our paradigm of belief and our overall zeitgeist and our worldview and gestalt. So, and when I say our, I mean any people or any community, any civilization. So, for that to change, the only sort of not, I wouldn't say the only true way, but the way that gives permanent, everlasting, or long-lasting change is through Utkranti. We can't suddenly very quickly change mindsets and change worldviews of people. It happens over a long period of time, and I think we have had our worldview distorted and completely just broken down over so many years, and that I think it's now time to build up on our own Indic perspective and develop our own views.
Please remember to subscribe to us and switch on the notifications for this channel. For our other social media links, more content, and to support our work, please visit citti.net. Dhanyavad. Namaskar.